everybody making money?
So here is the thing. UNESCO nominates a very selected number of sites as World Heritage Sites. A large part of their role is documentation and kind of amplifying the message that, so it has a huge value for people that might be interested from a tourism perspective. UNESCO does not have implementation powers either in India or any other country that it is a part of. That job remains with the Home Ministry, Police, Enforcement Directorate, etc., etc. So while UNESCO is helpful in identifying and spreading the message, it is also helpful in creating understandings, creating agreements between countries and acting as a platform for them to share ideas. Honestly, UNESCO cannot be tasked with the job of protecting a cultural site. So I think we will still continue to have to look at our internal agencies, be it the police, be it the ASI, etc., when it comes to protecting even a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Right. So, if you are looking at a particular idol belongs to this particular heritage center, ASI will be having all the records that what it is.
Technically speaking, yes, but it's not necessarily the case. ASI is like any other government organization.
Okay.
Theoretically, they might be responsible, but they might or might not have records, etc. And one of our biggest challenges which Vijay faces every day is the lack of FIRs, the lack of pictures, before and after proof karne ke liye, etc., etc.
So, which is my next question.
In fact,
to just take pictures if you see something?
Sorry, just a quick thing. You want to add the CAG angle?
So, in the 1970s, we were supposed to, all countries were supposed to maintain a national archive. And then this 2013 CAG report is pretty damning. And amongst other things, it lists a whole bunch of lacuna, including the fact that ASI does not have basics in place. For example, so you don't even have a definition of, supposing there is a whole series of carving, right? Whether it is one or it's many. Whether it is, and absolutely no record or no archive. One of the objectives of what we are trying to do here, we talked about three things. We said first is awareness, second is showing people that it can be done. And to Anurag's point, we will hit tipping point, right? As more and more people get involved, suddenly everybody will be clamoring to be part of this. We have seen this in other movements, this is going to happen here. But the third thing is then what do you do when we're saying that you want to lobby the government? So we need to create some of these things. We need a national archive. It's like, the jewelry at home, roughly, if not your wife does, right? You need to know that before you can decide whether it's been lost or not. So we need that, we don't have that. We need a process to register it. Most of these fake provenance documents are created because somebody says, Partha loved me and he gifted this to me and he got it from his grandfather. So we need to think about this, think about a really, really stunning fact. You have a 50,000 rupee bike to register. The government asks you for an NOC, pollution certificate, RC book, 10 other things, right? And you'll have to take it, show it, and then get it registered. And then you have it transferred in your name. And here we're talking about 50 crore artifacts, which have absolutely no process for transfer from one person to another. And that's the crux of what we need to resolve here. So to a short point, the CAG report, we'll share that with you, it's been fairly damning. There is no such archive or record currently that exists.
Just to add to what Sayesh said, as per the CAG report, 91 heritage sites are missing. We are not talking objects. They could not find 91 heritage sites. So that is the condition that you are talking about. And that's how bad the system is, unfortunately.
So there are 3 prehistoric sites in Karnataka, Kittu, Chikkajala and then Hejala, which then when the government went, so as part of this report they said, where is it? They said it's gone missing. Okay, and these are, some of them have been recorded in other artifacts, they exist, but they said that this is missing.
So my name is Tulsi Ram. Thanks for this event, wonderful event, and you are really doing a fantastic job. I just want to know that once we get this idol back, or whatever the stolen idols, what is it, do we have something where we can protect and preserve that, and what is the...
Okay, I understand where you come from. It's again...
What can we do for the idols which we already have, and so that it cannot go out? So do you want to give us some tips or something, what can we do on that?
Pure and simple. If you photograph and properly archive it, it becomes worthless in the international market if you are vigilant. Yeah. So now, for example, in Australia, nobody is going to buy a shady Indian object for the next generation at least because they have bled enough. They've already lost 6 million, they're going to lose another 13 million. So this is a deterrent if you keep watching. And once such the Nataraja, for example, that has come back, it's been photographed enough and written about enough. So it doesn't need to go into any storage, it can be publicly exhibited and it need not be locked even, because it's worthless.